I'm your host, Buddy Kunanan, and tonight's a very special show because it's all about the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, together here on GNN with my good friend, Honorary Consul of Jordan, Michael Ang. So, Mike, welcome back to our second segment. We talked about description of your country,
Yes.
its monarchy, its political structure, and why it's really a very progressive country in many ways,
Yes.
and a beacon for hope in the Middle East. Really, it's a model. It really is a model. Now,
Thank you.
let's talk about Jordanian tourism, because we've shown the audience prior to coming on air. We've shown them
Yes.
nice videos, stunning videos of your country. Tell us a bit about tourism in Jordan.
Well, buddy, tourism is actually one of the primary industries in Jordan. It's
You have no
one of
oil,
our-
no?
No,
Jordan
we
has
don't.
no oil.
We don't. We have a lot of oil shale, but as you know, the process for extracting the oil from the shale, from the rocks, is not an economical process.
Yeah.
But there have been uranium deposits found in the kingdom as well, so that's another item that they're trying to explore. But one thing in terms of actual action taken by the kingdom, in terms of looking at available resource, we've actually grown a lot in terms of setting up solar farm infrastructures within the kingdom.
Okay, very good.
So that's something that I believe will continue to grow.
Yes. When you say Middle East,
Yes.
people automatically assume oil, no? I
Right.
mean, that's a stereotype. But a lot of people actually, there's another mindset, another paradigm to that. And not a few people are saying it's actually fortunate. Some have said it's actually fortunate that countries have no oil.
Yes.
Because it forces you guys to develop other things.
Exactly.
And not rely
Exactly.
on black gold.
That's precisely why the tourism industry in Jordan has grown so much. But keep in mind also that we Filipinos, we're so religious. We love our holidays revolving around our religion. But Jordan is actually part and parcel of that. Because when you say Holy Land or Holy Pilgrimage, the Kingdom of Jordan is mentioned numerous times in both the Old Testament and in the New Testament. Like, for example, we recently had our Christmas holidays, of course. And as we can see here in the front, we have these carvings, these wood carvings of this caravan, or the camels and the donkey. That's handicraft from Jordan. But that actually goes back to the time of the birth of Jesus Christ.
Yes.
When the three kings, or the wise kings, followed the Star of Bethlehem, or the star to Bethlehem, they actually went through the Old King's Road, or the Old Caravan Road, which is in Jordan. It passes through Jordan, and you can actually trace where the three kings went to get to Bethlehem, and how they left Bethlehem to
On that
bypass
same
Herod.
road is still there.
The old King's Road.
Old
The Old
King's
King's
Road.
Road. It's still there.
Do you have a lot of pilgrims who do that,
There are,
that route?
but of course, a lot of people focus more on the baptismal side of Christ, which is also in Jordan. It was on the Jordan River, as indicated in the Bible, but on the Jordan side, as verified by the Vatican.
Really?
Yes.
Because I've been to Israel,
Yes.
and they claim it's there, no?
Of course.
Of course, right?
Yes.
So in the whole tug of war, the Vatican actually has recognized that Jordan is the site of the baptism of Jesus Christ.
That's correct.
That's amazing.
That's correct.
Well, wow.
And aside from that, of course, we have Mount Nebo.
Yeah.
Looking at the Old Testament, Moses was shown the Promised Land, Canaan, by God on top of this, at the top of this mountain. That mountain is Mount Nebo, and that's actually in Jordan. And there's a church at the top of that. And even Pope John Paul II, when he was alive, held mass there several times.
Are there many religious tours that include Jordan in its itinerary?
Yes,
because
there are.
the Holy Land tours, you see them 10 days Holy Land.
Yes.
But I don't know if Jordan is included in that
It actually
itinerary.
is.
Huh?
It actually is, but because of the identification of Petra, or the Rose City, as one of the new wonders of the world, part of the Holy Land tour happening in Israel, or even Israel and Egypt, they'll usually take a side trip to Petra to visit one of the new wonders of the world, not fully realizing that there's more in terms of the Holy Land that's also inclusive of Jordan.
Okay,
than what they realize.
Aside from the Holy Land aspect, which is really a very big draw for Filipinos, who really it's the dream of most Catholics, Christians in this country, to make a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. That's the highlight, really, of one of the highlights of one's religious experience. What else can we do in Jordan aside from these holy sites?
Number one, in terms of health and wellness, the Dead Sea. As you know, we
You
one of
do
our
share,
neighbors-
yeah, with
right.
Israel.
We share the Dead Sea with Israel, so half of that is Jordan's, half of that is Israel.
So the border is in between, in the middle,
Right,
of
in
the
the middle.
Dead Sea.
In the middle.
Right.
And I've actually floated there, and it's nice. But you know, a lot of people actually go to the Dead Sea for health and rejuvenation. It's a well-known fact that the mud and the salts from the Dead Sea are very therapeutic and rejuvenating to the skin. When I went there back in 2015, I stayed at the Kempinski, and one of the
By the Dead Sea.
by the Dead Sea, right on
Okay.
right on the Dead Sea.
Wow.
And one of the Filipinas told me that working at the Kempinski said, you know, sir, one of our coworkers here, when we arrived, the first 30 days, every single day at the end of her shift, she would go down to the shore, put mud on her face because she had a very bad case of acne. And after the mud dried, she would rinse it off with the water from the Dead Sea. And after 30 days, her skin became clear. And she pointed out the girl, and her skin was
Flawless.
really flawless. You know, so it's really known to be very therapeutic, especially if you have skin problems
Definitely.
like psoriasis or something.
And it's called the Dead Sea because I understand that the mineral content is so high
Yes.
that nothing can really live in
Exactly,
it. You know? I mean,
exactly.
it's-
Well, some bacteria, but apparently the bacteria there is also beneficial. And you know, it's been proven by all of the Dead Sea products coming from both Israel and Jordan that's being marketed around the world.
Okay, how many days to see Jordan? Let's say if one were to go there, how many days should we spend to get a feel of the country, see all the major sites? It's not a big country, but
Yes.
you know, how much time should we spend there?
At least 4 or 5 days, at least.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
Is Amman, which is the capital, is it an exciting city, cosmopolitan? I mean, is there nightlife?
It is. It is. Again, we're an Arab country. Muslim is the predominant religion. Islam is the predominant religion. So, but despite that, I mean, we're an open country, very, very tolerant of all other religions. It's a perfect example of tolerance in differences in faith. So, you know, there are existing nightlife locations in Amman. But
So
again,
no restrictions in that sense on alcohol?
there's no
or-
restriction as long as you follow the rules in terms of, you know, just making sure that when you go to a bar that you know, stay in the bar and
Of course,
you act accordingly, you know, because you are
yes.
a visitor in a foreign
Sure,
country.
sure, and to take into account sensitivities, local
Yes.
sensitivities, like you know, like any country.
Of course, of course.
You know, take that in consideration.
Yes, yes.
So-
But the Jordanian people are very friendly, very open people as well.
You know, Mike, before we pause for our second break, I want to show the audience this canister you brought, which
Yes.
looks like a canister for fine brandy.
Yes.
No, but this is actually one of the products of Jordan. No.
Correct, correct.
And it is olive oil.
Yes.
And I have to say, I've never seen olive oil come in such a fine box. So
Thank you,
I'm gonna,
thank you.
I'm going to open it. I'm going to bring
Yes.
it out so we can show the audience. And this is one of the exports, no?
Yes.
Of Jordan. Look at that. Not to see. And I can see there's 3 types of olive oil. There's
Mm-hmm.
you know, basil infused, lemon infused, and chili infused.
Correct,
Very nice.
correct.
Very nice. What else this Jordan export to the world?
Well, it also exports some weavings, handicrafts. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to bring a couple of the handmade silver bracelets that I bought during my trip there. But they also have scarves that they make, carvings from the stones around Petra. Yeah, so there are a lot of local handicrafts, beadworks, and such that are available throughout the kingdom.
Do they export anything to the Philippines? Is there any trade going on between?
Well, that's what's kind of funny. The olive oil in particular, there are large companies from Europe, even in Turkey, who get their oil from Jordan and they repackage it, relabel it
as their own.
and as their own product.
You know, I'm very interested in olive oil because it's come out on social media that there are a
Yes.
lot of companies, big companies, big brand names,
Yes.
brand names, who are actually caught by the olive oil authorities. You
Yes.
know, this group that monitors and tests olive oil,
Yes.
and it's come out that a lot of these big groups are actually not using olive oil and not pure olive oil,
Right,
Mixing
right.
it with canola or something,
Exactly,
or things like
exactly.
that. No?
Yeah, but with Jordan, it's still 100%
Well,
olive oil.
I hope, Consul Ang, you can bring some of this nice olive oil over here. I mean, there's definitely a market, you know. I mean,
Definitely,
I mean, I buy
definitely.
olive oil by the gallon
Yes.
already. So
I actually recently convinced one of my Jordanians here He grew up here. He studied here in the Philippines. Went into business. Opened a restaurant. He's also into placement services, for placing Filipino workers, specifically nurses and other high-skilled workers to countries in the Middle East. But I recently convinced him to start importing and distributing Dead Sea products. But he partnered with a Jordanian company.
Yeah, you should.
To do that.
The only stuff we see are the Israeli
Yes.
Dead Sea products. But hopefully, in the next months, we can see Jordanian Dead Sea products on our shelves as well.
Definitely. And it's going to be more affordable.
Excellent. No, that's the best point.
Yes.
So guys, when we come back, more of Philippine-Jordanian relations. So stay tuned.